Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. Do you guys know I live in London? I'm living in London for last 3.5 years now and I'm officially a Londoner. On today's video, we'll be talking about the pros and cons of living in London. If you are someone who is planning to move to London or planning to visit London, this video is for you. Pro number one, London is a multicultural city. You can find people from all around the world over here. Biggest example is me itself here. Born and brought up in India, now making videos in London. And I got a few examples as well. My colleagues working at my workplace, either they are from Europe or from other nationalities. And my flatmates, either Europe or other nationalities. And the good thing with me is I have connections on all around the world now. I got friends everywhere. That's a pro for me. Con number one, as you all expecting, it's a price. As it's the world's most expensive city in the world, you gotta pay the price to live here. If you hear my rent, and for that price you can get a one big whole house up way in the north. And I'm just talking about the rent. If you wanna buy a house, you need to be filthy rich. And if you wanna commute, that's also a bit expensive. If you wanna take train, it's gonna be 2 to 3 pound for one side, but you need to come back as well. So for a round trip it will at least cost around 7 to 8 pound, and if you're looking for a Uber, that's way expensive. At least it will cost like 10 to 15 pound if you need to go anywhere. So commute is also expensive in London. Another pro in London is you gotta see lot of celebrities walking through streets, and you gotta see lot of film launches, the preview shows and everything. So watching celebrities and big peoples, that's a good thing in London. They will walk like so freely and no one ever goes and bothers them because it's London. That's how Londoners are. If you are someone who smokes or drink, this is not the place for you. A con. Cigarette prices are way high. If you wanna buy a packet of cigarette, it will cost between 11 to 15 or 20 pound. It's upon your choosing. And if you wanna drink, if you wanna go to random pubs and drink, a pint of beer will cost around 7 to 8 pounds. Expensive, man. And now my favorite pro, the public transport in London. This is the best public transport. You gotta find tube stations on everywhere. Even if you live on outskirts of London, you'll be finding a way to come to London, and you can go into almost famous locations in London through public transport. And the London buses as well, it works on daytime and nighttime as well. So a big appreciation to London transport, TFL. Another thing bothers me on London trains is there is no signals on London trains. I still don't know why there is no signals, but there are Wi-Fi's on each station. Like when we approach to each station, we can connect to Wi-Fi, but while the train runs, there is no signals. And train is really hot when it's summer. There is no air condition. When a man is bored of London, he is bored of life. It shows a London culture. There is lot of things to do in London. Whatever kind of interest you have or whatever kind of person you have, you gotta do something in London because it's always busy with events, sports. If you're interested in sports, there's always football matches going, cricket and theatre shows. So you won't feel bored in London. You just need some money to spend on it. And are you someone interested in shopping? This is a place for you. You're gonna find Harrods, you're gonna find Selfridges, and if you take 1 hour train from London, you gotta go to Oxford, Bicester Village. That's a heaven for people who love expensive shopping. So yeah. Pro. As you all know, London is a massive city. Most of the big companies are headed up in London and they all need people to work there. If you're someone looking for a job and you gotta choose a good city, I will choose London. You gotta choose London too. Biggest con of living in London, the weather. It can be rainy any moment, windy, then again back to sunny, then again rainy. The weather, we can't trust on weather. It can change any moment. And it's so depressive. Right now outside it's raining. I was supposed to make another video, but I can't shoot that today, so I'm in my house on this set. doing this. Another best pro in London airports, you gotta find Gatwick, Heathrow, Stansted, Luton, and the one far from London, Southend. But don't book your flights from there, that's way far from London. And you got really good train and bus services from airports to London, so easily commutable. And if you're someone who is interested in traveling to Europe, there are a lot of cheap airline companies working on London from all these airports. Another thing I want to talk about the crimes in London. You might be seeing a lot of news about the crimes happening in London, but for me personally, I haven't been to any trouble still now. I hope it will go. And I could see always there is a police on the streets walking around and CCTV cameras are everywhere, but still this is not something in our hand. If it's meant to be happen, it's gonna happen. And when comparing to the cities in America, guns are allowed, and in UK guns are not allowed legally, so that's a good thing as well. You gotta be feeling more safe in this country and in the city. And the healthcare system on this country, as me coming from India, I don't know is it a good thing or bad thing. As we back home, if we have a fever or something, we just go to random hospital like privatized hospital and get treated. But over here it's a whole different story. You need to take appointments to GP and you gotta wait for appointment and you're gonna go. So in the meantime maybe the human can die, so things like that. And even if you have an emergency, if you call ambulance, it will take like 1.5 hours to get the ambulance get here. So there are things like this, but most of the people have really good feedback about NHS, and I also don't have really bad experience or anything with NHS, so kind of okay experience from the healthcare. Another con is London city is polluted on statistics, but when you go around and when you smell and when you taste, you won't be able to feel any kind of pollution, but according to statistics, it is polluted. Another pro in London is restaurants. As I told before, London is a multicultured city. You gotta find different kind of cuisines in London and you can go and try all these cuisines. That's one of my favorite part of living in London. And another big con in London is you can't take normal petrol, diesel or even hybrid cars to central London. You can take, but you will need to pay a congestion charge. Only electric cars are allowed to take into central London. I mean, that's good when relating to the pollution thing, but you know, most of the people are having the normal petrol and diesel cars, so yeah, that's a con. Another good thing about London is I'm living here, and that's the biggest pro for me. That's why I'm making this video. I love living in London and I do upload videos on all weekends. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you later. Bye bye. Live in London for on today. All 1-bedroom apartment. Okay. Overexcited. You can. Ooh, Umbi.